Hello you guys, this is your boy E back at it again with another video, and today we're about to cover the 5 things you should never do in your automatic transmission. If you're one of the people who owns an automatic transmission and want to learn how to make your transmission last you longer, I recommend you and I advise you to stay in this video so you can learn the 5 things, the 5 tips you can apply in order for you to make your transmission last you longer. So with that being said, you guys, let's get into this video. And we have this nice Honda Accord here as the perfect car we're about to use to show you the 5 tips, the 5 things you should never do in your transmission. And also, this car is a cash deal, and this car is under $10,000. This will blow your mind. This car is under $10,000, and we have plenty of other cars like this, you guys. And if you are one of the people in the South Florida area looking for a cash deal and also want to do like a buy here, pay here kind of thing or finance, I will leave the link of my dealership down below in my contact. You guys can call me and contact me anytime, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Number 5, don't shift from drive to reverse before your car stops moving. It is imperative for you to know, don't do this in your automatic transmission. While you're on drive and your car is not stopped completely and you put your car on reverse, that would actually ruin the transmission components. When you actually do this in your car, you using the transmission itself to stop the car, not the brakes. Let me ask you this: would you rather spend $200 in brakes, or would you rather spend $2,500 at least to replace a whole transmission? So please stop doing this in your transmission. Number 4, never put your car on park before it stops completely. I know a lot of you guys may be running late for work. You're always running late for school. You're always running late wherever you're going, and you cannot wait to get to the parking lot so you can run to the place. And the first thing you do once you pull to the parking lot, right, you put the car on park without the car stops completely. So that would actually ruin your transmission. Be a little patient. Just make sure the car stops completely before you put it on park. Number 3, don't put your car on neutral at the stop light. I know a lot of you guys probably think that when you put your car on neutral, that would actually help you to save gas. But nowadays, the new cars, they actually know when the car is actually at the stop sign, so it would actually help you to save gas. So you don't necessarily need to put your car on neutral or park when you're actually at the stop light. So the 2 things that can actually happen is, the first thing is you can endanger yourself because you have less control of your car when it's on neutral. Let's say in case of emergency, you need to make a quick move. I'm pretty sure you're probably going to forget if your car was on park and you actually stepping on the gas, and what you ended up doing is you revving up your engine, which is not good when your engine is actually on neutral and you're actually stepping on the gas, revving up your engine. That would actually sooner or later would have a transmission issue. That can actually be the best option or the best thing to help you make your transmission last you as long as possible. So avoid putting your car on neutral when you're at the stop light. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome number 2. And number 2 is a very interesting one. Don't coast in neutral. And I have some news for you for that one. It is actually illegal in some states to coast in neutral. So if you don't want to get in trouble with the law, so avoid coasting in neutral. So the 2 things that can actually happen is, when you're actually on neutral, if a cop see you and can see that you're actually coasting, you can actually get in trouble. And if you don't want to be messing up with the law, I'd advise you to search and see the states and the city that you're living in if it is illegal to coast. And the second thing that can actually happen, which is close to the 3rd one that we actually just reviewed, is when you actually have your car on neutral, you actually have fewer control of the car. The only thing that you can actually do is to slow down. In case of emergency, you want to actually go a little faster than the car is going, you can actually do so because the car is on neutral. And when you step on the gas, you ended up revving up your engine, which is close to what we just reviewed on 3. Again, like I said, it is not good to revving up your engine. It would actually ruin your transmission. And so if you don't want to ruin your transmission, or in case of emergency, because things happen all the time, you guys, unpredictable things happen, okay? So you don't know if what's going to happen. Now your car is on neutral and you panic and bad things can happen to you guys. So if you want to stay safe and save your transmission and help your transmission to last you as long as possible. Avoid coasting in neutral. Number 1, do not let water get in the transmission. So I have some bad news for those who actually live in an area that's usually flooded. The minute you have a 30 minutes rain, the whole area is flooded. So you don't want your automatic transmission to be parked in a big lake of water. Because what happened is, the thing is, when water infiltrates a transmission, it gets absorbed by the friction lining of the clutches. So you don't want water to get in the transmission. There's a 50% chance the water's gonna come out, but you don't want to bet in such a big matter, because when it comes to a replacement of a transmission, it can cost you at least $2,500 to replace your transmission. It all depends on what type of transmission you need. So you guys, you don't want to spend $2,500 when you actually could learn or know that you cannot let your car sit in a big lake of water where your transmission going to be covered underwater. So you don't want that. So for those of you guys who actually stay to the end of this video, I have a tip. I have 2 tips for you. Tip number 1, avoid keeping the tank on low. I know a lot of you guys like doing that. Man, let me see how many miles that I have on my car. I have 4 miles. I'm going 2 miles, man. I got time. I can actually drive there. I have some bad news for you. Your actually engine running, or there's 2 things that your engine needs, that is imperative that your engine needs. Your engine needs air and gas for it to be for your engine to function properly. So if you don't have the right amount of gas that the engine needs in order for an engine to run properly, you actually doing damage to your engine and your transmission. So you don't want to just drive it on low on E for fun. I would say if you have an emergency, probably do it once or twice, but don't take it as a habit driving your car on low. Tip number 2, never launch your car from a standstill. It is imperative for you guys to know, don't do this in your car, because you're not in a car race, you're not getting chased. Please avoid doing a lunge from a standstill, because you don't want damage to your transmission. Because what happened is, there's different level, because mind you, the engine actually have different pressure. That's why you have different gear, because the engine actually functioning by gear. You have the gear number 1, gear 2, gear 3, so on and so forth, because you have different pressure coming to the engine. So now when you try to launch your car from a standstill, you actually sending so much power to the transmission and the engine that the car is not used to. So if you keep doing that, eventually you will be ruining your transmission, and sooner or later you would have a transmission issue. So avoid launching from a standstill point. So you guys, if you feel like this video was very informative and you found a lot of great information in there, don't forget to subscribe. Please leave your notification bell on so you can be the first one to know one of the useful videos that we'll be posting in the future. So with that being said, you guys, you have a wonderful day.